Hello, it's Yoshi, and I'm pretty sure it is 1 in the morning right now. I'm pretty sure it actually is. But this is what I have so far done with the mask. Yes, I said so far because it's not finished yet, and I've been working on it all day because I have this crazy attention span to where I'm able to do things for hours at a time without stopping, basically. I'm pretty sure that's an autistic thing. I remember seeing something, reading something like that, like it's an autistic trait or whatever. Anyway, this is the first mask I've ever painted. I'm pretty happy with how this looks so far, considering it's the first one I've ever done. And I do plan to do more in the future because I plan to get other characters. There's another character that I want. If you know, you know. But this I hand brushed. I was originally thinking about airbrushing it, but then I figured that I have done other paintings in the past, not on a mask, but I've done paintings on canvas and stuff where I have been able to smoothly blend paint and make it look like, try to hide the brush strokes. It has been a long day. Brush strokes, and I've been able to do that. So I figured I think I can do that here. I was able to mix my acrylic paint with liquid latex and water, which was super simple. I was surprised how simple it was. And make my own colors. So I made my own colors here, the skin tone and then all the shading. I made that myself, mixing a few colors together. I made like some swatches and stuff to see what I like. And it's really important to be able to see what this looks like when it's dry, because the liquid latex and the acrylic mixed together is a completely different color when it dries. And it reminds me of when you paint pottery and then you put it in the kiln and it's a different color. Like, what is that called? Glazing. It's called glazing. It's similar to that, where the color, when it's liquid, is nowhere near the same thing as when it's dry. So you definitely want to do a sample on either a piece of latex or also just something else like cardboard. And then you can see what the color looks like before you go on and paint. And then once you like the color, then you know what to make more of, so then you can have enough to paint. So the base color that I have here is based off of this photo. I don't know if I'm gonna put it on that side of the screen. Okay, anyway. This base skin color is based off of that photo because I was kind of going for the slightly more tan look because he has a darker complexion than other characters on stage, so I did want to like show that. Why am I talking like with my hands as if I'm Italian? Anyway. I don't know what I'm doing. It is too late. I've been up for too long. I wanted to go with a darker complexion to where he kind of has a bit of a tan going on, and then he has the shadows, very subtle shadows. So the reason why I decided to paint this myself is I didn't really like the way the 1983 standard looked. If you look at pictures on how that looks, it's not bad, it's just not my thing, because I like subtlety. I like shading, but I like it to be subtle. I feel like the 1983 standard is too aggressive. It's like forced shadows rather than letting the lighting in the room help distinguish the shadows and stuff. I feel like you should suggest. I like the idea of suggesting that there's a shadow. So I do have shading here to where certain areas are darker, like the eyebrow ridges are darker, and then around the nose is darker, like how the reference picture looks. I tried to make it subtle, but enough to where from afar you could still see that there's a shadow there. And I feel like this kind of sounds bad, okay? I'm not calling myself a professional painter. I'm not a professional painter, but I have been painting with acrylic paint for over 8 years. So I have a lot of experience painting with acrylic paint. And you know, I just mixed it with liquid latex. It's practically the same thing. But I'm not a professional, but I will say that if you study art or you know a thing or two about color theory, you're not supposed to shade with black. That's something that just irritates me. It irritates me as an artist. Some people may disagree and some people may not care. But you're not really supposed to shade with black unless it is a gray toned color. You're always supposed to shade and use highlights that contain the same base color that you started with. So you really want to try to avoid black at all costs. Typically when you're painting or when you're doing stuff, no black. Really, really dark browns or really, really dark pigments of the same color, or you want to try and experiment. Like in this case, I mixed 3 colors together to get this skin tone that I made up here. And you just want to make a slightly darker version of that to be the shadow. And then if you want some more red or pinkish or whatever, you just add a dab of whatever you want. And it looks better. looks better when you shade with the proper colors. And I don't know if I would consider that an advanced technique, more so just something you know as an artist when if you're taking classes or if you're like self-taught, you learn through color theory and stuff that shading with black is a no shading with black. So that was a big thing for me. I did not like the way the shading with black looked. So subtlety, it's subtle, it's suggestive. That's what I was going for. I'm pretty happy with what it looks like right now. The mouth still needs to be finished. This is just kind of there. It's not done at all. I just kind of put color there. And then I'm not sure if I'm gonna add any more to the face. I know I have to still do the cheeks. The cheeks are not done. I just have the cheeks shaded right now to match just the base color of the entire face. But I still need to paint the rosy cheeks, and that's gonna be very subtle too. They're rosy, but they are it's not aggressive. If you've seen some pictures of Dook, it's very aggressive and I don't like it. I mean, I don't like 80% of pictures that I see of him. There's probably like 2 or 3 pictures that I like where he actually looks good. Other ones I don't like, but yeah, so that's what we have going on. I checked the footage real quick that the lighting down here makes it a little hard to tell what the color is exactly. It's not an exact one-to-one of what I'm seeing. There's a lot more pink red tone in this than what you're seeing on camera. I don't know if I can edit the colors later or figure it out, but what I'm seeing, there's a lot of pinkish tone that I went for because I don't want him to look dead. So he needs to have some color so that he's like alive, you know? Also, one thing I did do too that I think is really important if you're mixing your own colors, you know what the color looks like in both natural lighting, which is outside, in case you want to, natural lighting is daylight outside, and also warm lighting, which is all your artificial lighting that you use inside typically. And then also if you want to do an in-between, I also checked it with both natural light and artificial lighting together, because you want to make sure that it looks good in all of the lighting scenarios that you think you'll need it to. Because the last thing you want is to mix a color, it looks great, you go to paint the whole thing and you see it in one lighting and then you see it in another and it looks terrible. Okay, I feel like that's a rookie mistake for new painters. Always make sure before you paint the thing that it looks good in multiple different lightings, because lighting makes a huge difference in what something looks like. This is painting lessons with Yoshi, okay? I literally just had a job interview. This is so random. I just had a job interview where it was to be a painting teacher over the summer, you know. And there's one of those things with classes, you know, the drinking wine and painting, and then they had me replicate the painting on the screen, and they're like, you need to make your painting look exactly like that one. And they were testing my skills as a painter. And then also I had an interview after the session about like my teaching experience, because, you know, it's a teaching position and everything. So this is so off topic. Welcome to Yoshi's channel. Yeah, if you didn't know, fun fact about me is I want to say I have like over 5 or 6 years of experience teaching. And you're probably wondering how the hell is that even possible, because I'm 22 years old. Okay, I started tutoring in high school, and I also worked at a K through 5 after school thing and summer camp, to where I taught stuff. Like I did lessons and I also tutored. So I tutored in high school. I tutored algebra and geometry in high school, and then also sometimes English. And then in college now, I'm a teacher's assistant for an advanced computer-aided drafting class at my school. So I literally grade and provide feedback for exams and homework and stuff like that. And I also will do tutoring sessions for anyone who needs it. And let me tell you, some people really needed it, and some people really some people, you know, I really didn't think they deserved to pass, but I also knew if I didn't pass them, I would have to deal with them next semester, and I didn't want to do that, so I gave them a D. Anyway, it's rough, it was rough. But anyway, so that is so off topic. Anyway, yeah, this is Yoshi's painting and Yoshi's job interview. Anyway, so let me stop talking, for the love of God. I want to see what this looks like with the fur on too. Okay. Also, if you're wondering where his ears are, the ones that I made for him, they're in the ears here, because I have been experimenting with how to get maximum floppiness out of the ears, because I don't like when they're super stiff. So when I had the earlobers actually attached here, they were very stiff. I want the flop, you know, the maximum flop, okay, because the floppiness is so cute, and I really wanted the floppiness. So I was like doing a lot of experimenting, and I found that if I just leave the ear lever in the ear itself and not actually attach it to this is enough length to still push it up, and then the ear lever being inside the ear actually like makes it all fun. So that's what we do in here. It's so interesting because you're supposed to glue the fur on after, you know, once you have the mask done and stuff, but I don't know if I want to glue it. Like, I feel like that makes it harder to deal with. I don't know, maybe I'll come up with some system or whatever. I mean, I know I have to somewhat put in place the bottom because it needs to like attach to the bottom of the jaw, or like have some kind of stuffing or something to like make his face fuller because he looks a little emaciated without it. But I don't see a real reason to actually glue the entire thing. I don't know. I'm just talking out loud. This is me thinking out loud. I don't really see a reason to glue the entire thing because I've had it on here just, you know, for the sake of having it on here just to look at it. And it really hasn't given me too much. I don't think it gives me too much issues just having it lay on top. I mean, you can see if you look closely that it's not fully fixed onto the face, but I mean, I don't know. It's too damn late right now, okay? Welcome to my life, okay? Okay. I still absolutely love the way this fur thing was designed. I think the patterning is really well done. Just the way the fur actually all follows the same direction is amazing. Like, he looks like he actually, his hair's all coming out from the back. I'm hungry. Oh my god. I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat after this. I'm like that literal meme where it's like when the people who come to rob your house, like, they see you eating cereal at 3 in the morning at the kitchen table. That's me. One time, my dad wakes up super early, like he gets up at like 4:30 or 5. And one time, I knew it was my cue to finally go to bed because I saw him get up. Okay, so like, I saw him wake up and get out of the bed, or get out of the bedroom, and then I realized like, oh, maybe I should go to bed now. Anyway, it's really not that funny. Okay. Yeah, I'm a night owl. But occasionally I don't mind the morning. Are you guys enjoying the spam of Dook performances that I just made a playlist on my channel of? That's mostly because I like to record them, but then I don't want to keep it on my phone because it takes up space. So I just put it on YouTube for the sake of having them. I don't know, like archiving them or some shit. But here it is. This is what he looks like. Oh my god, look at that. Oh my god, he looks so good. Oh my god, it looks so like, he looks so alive. Because I'm not gonna lie, when it wasn't painted, it still surprisingly didn't look undone, which is weird. You'd think it looked unfinished when it wasn't painted, but it just looked like he was pasty and he's been in all winter and he needs to go outside and tan. That's what it looked like. But it's so cool seeing him with all color now. And he's not done yet, but you know, fix your lays. I've been like screwing it up and everything. I really like the way that looks. And I feel like a good confirmation of my skin tone color matching, I guess, is I didn't even look at his eyelids at all until I put this on. And his eyelids don't look too bad. I mean, if I would have made him lighter, it would have looked off because his eyelids would have been too dark. But the reference picture I was going off of, he had like a darker complexion. I was going for that. So it's cool. The eyelids look pretty good. They look pretty good. So yeah, this looks so good. See, what do you think? Okay, this is not glued. Apart from the bottom needing to have this attached to the bottom of the jaw, and then also like kind of stuff this to give him more mass on the bottom of his head. Apart from that, doesn't this look fine? It's not glued. It just sits here. I mean, these kind of, I guess, are loose, but they also just sit there. These also just sit here. I don't really see a problem. And also, I realized when I was looking at reference pictures, I noticed like he looks like an idiot in some of the pictures, and I found out why. It's because some of them people comb the hair outward in the front, so he looks stupid. And I couldn't figure out for a while why the hell I didn't like it so much, and that's why. Because this is amazing, where the hair all flows the same way, and that's what it looks like. And you know, he's got that great widow's peak going on here. Oh, I gotta show you the floppiness. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, I remember. I gotta get this situated in the correct spot so that this actually lifts up properly. It's a whole ordeal to get this floppiness looking good. This one here. That is what I'm trying to replicate, is this side. It's a perfect level of flop because it hangs just enough, and then this thing here. But let's not fall off. I almost fell. It's like too late. It's too late. I swear I'll be done in a second. I don't know. Where's the thing? It needs to be over here. Okay, this will be for tomorrow, me to figure out. Not tomorrow. It's already tomorrow. Later in the day, me to figure out. I had it figured out before I took this off, and it was fine. So I just gotta finick with it until I like it. Okay. Anyway, that was my Dook mask painting update. I hope you like it. I like it. I think it looks good. Dook, I'm so tired. I'm like literally so tired. Do you know how much I love you? Like the amount of work I put into you is insane. It's literally insane. Like, bro, you're so lucky to have me. We talk on a regular basis, nothing to see here, okay? This is just it's an everyday thing, you know? Once I have the mask all painted and stuff, I can work on the backdrop. I'm gonna drill holes in the plywood or whatever, something would. Please forgive me. I'm tired. Drill holes so that I can have twinkling lights and I can program the stars flickering and stuff. And then I'm gonna completely paint the backdrop myself too. Artist and engineer. And it'll be great. It'll be his first ever like space themed setup. Because he always feel a little out of place. He's kind of like a goof, you know, where everyone kind of like, you know, now I think about it, nobody fits in place on the Rocket Fire stage. Because it's kind of like an outdoor thing, but then you got like a cheerleader, and then you got like Fats who's dressed kind of all nice and snazzy, and then Beach Bear's like freaking wearing shorts. And so now I think about it, nobody actually makes any sense. Is his nose still just as fun to squish when it is painted? I think it is. I think it is. I want to put a little squeaky thing in here. Wouldn't that be funny? It wouldn't be hard to do either. Just put like a little thing in there. All right, well, there'll eventually be an update for when this is fully finished. Hopefully it'll be fully finished in the next few days or something. So I'm gonna... Okay, I'm good. Okay, I'm leaving. Bye.